Have you ever wondered if a man is secretly attracted to you but just isn't saying it out loud? The truth is, attraction often reveals itself through small gestures long before words are spoken. Many women miss these subtle signals because they seem ordinary on the surface, but when you understand them, they can tell you everything. First, notice how he positions himself around you. If he consistently turns his body toward you or leans in while you talk, it's a strong sign of genuine interest. Second, watch how attentive he is to the little things you say. A man who remembers small details about your life is emotionally invested. Third, he may look for reasons to help you, even in simple ways. Fourth, playful teasing can be his way of building connection. And finally, if he finds excuses to stay near you or extend conversations, it often means he's drawn to your presence more than he's willing to admit. One of the most powerful indicators of attraction is subtle body language. When a man is secretly drawn to someone, his body often reveals it before his words ever do. Human beings naturally communicate emotions through physical cues, and attraction is one of the feelings that tends to show up unconsciously. The key is learning to notice these small signals that many people overlook. Pay attention to how he positions his body when you're together. If a man consistently turns his shoulders, feet, or torso toward you during a conversation, it usually means you have his full attention. People naturally orient their bodies toward what they find interesting or important. Even in a group setting, someone who is attracted to you will often angle his body slightly in your direction, almost as if his attention keeps gravitating back to you. Leaning in during conversation is another subtle sign. When someone feels drawn to you, they tend to close the physical distance between you without even realizing it. This doesn't necessarily mean invading personal space, but rather creating a sense of closeness. He may lean forward when you speak, listen carefully, and maintain that position because he is genuinely engaged in what you're saying. Eye contact is also a strong body language signal connected to attraction. A man who is interested often holds eye contact a little longer than usual. Sometimes he may even glance at you repeatedly across the room. This behavior isn't always bold or obvious. In many cases, it's quick and subtle. He might look away when you notice him looking, which can actually be a sign of nervous excitement. Mirroring is another fascinating behavior linked to attraction. When people feel connected to someone, they often begin to unconsciously copy that person's movements or posture. If you take a sip of your drink and he does something similar moments later, or if he adjusts his posture in a way that reflects yours, it can be a sign that he feels a natural connection. This mirroring happens because the brain is trying to build rapport and harmony in the interaction. Another thing to notice is how attentive his facial expressions are when you speak. Someone who is attracted to you tends to react more strongly to what you say. He might smile more often, raise his eyebrows in curiosity, or show genuine amusement at your jokes. These expressions reveal emotional engagement and interest. Physical gestures can also play a role. A man who is secretly attracted might find small reasons to initiate light, respectful contact, like a quick touch on the arm while laughing or guiding you gently through a crowded space. These gestures often happen naturally because he feels comfortable and connected in your presence. What makes body language so powerful is that it's rarely planned. Most people don't consciously think about where their feet are pointing or how often they lean in during conversation. These signals come from instinct and emotion. That's why they can reveal attraction even when someone hasn't openly expressed it. Understanding these subtle cues helps you see beyond words and recognize the genuine interest someone may feel. When several of these signals appear together, consistent eye contact, body orientation, leaning in, mirroring movements, and engaged facial expressions, they often paint a clear picture. Attraction may not always be spoken directly, but the body frequently tells the story long before the words arrive. Another powerful sign of attraction is consistent attention. When a man is genuinely interested in someone, his focus naturally shifts toward her in ways that feel intentional and meaningful. It's not just about being present in the same place, it's about how engaged he is when he interacts with you and how much effort he puts into paying attention to the details that matter. One of the clearest ways this shows up is through active listening. Many conversations in everyday life are surface level, where people hear words but don't truly absorb them. However, when a man is attracted to you, he often listens more carefully. He notices what you say, responds thoughtfully, and stays engaged in the flow of the conversation. Instead of letting the conversation fade, he asks follow-up questions because he genuinely wants to understand more about you. This type of attention also appears in how he remembers things. If you casually mention your favorite coffee, a hobby you enjoy, or an event coming up in your life, someone who is secretly attracted to you often stores those details in his memory. Later on, he might bring them up again in conversation. For example, he may ask how that important meeting went, or remember something you said weeks ago. This kind of recall shows that he values what you share and sees your words as important. Another subtle aspect of consistent attention is the way he prioritizes conversations with you. In a group setting, people often divide their attention among many individuals, but a man who feels drawn to you may repeatedly shift his focus back toward you. He might laugh a little louder at your jokes, respond more quickly when you speak, or maintain stronger engagement in your direction. Even if others are part of the conversation, his attention tends to return to you. Digital communication can reveal the same pattern. If he consistently replies to your messages with genuine interest, rather than short or distracted responses, it often indicates he enjoys the interaction. He might send thoughtful messages, continue the conversation, or bring up topics you previously discussed. This ongoing engagement shows that talking with you isn't just a casual habit, it's something he looks forward to. Attention also appears through curiosity. When someone is attracted, they usually want to learn more about the other person's world. He may ask about your interests, your experiences, or what inspires you. These questions are rarely forced. They arise naturally because he wants to know you on a deeper level. Curiosity is one of the strongest indicators that someone is emotionally invested in the connection. Another small but meaningful detail is how present he is when you're together. In today's world, it's easy for people to get distracted by their phones or other interruptions. But when a man is secretly attracted, he often puts more effort into being fully present during conversations with you. He maintains eye contact, reacts to what you say, and avoids distractions because the interaction itself matters to him. Consistent attention isn't about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. Instead, it reveals itself through patterns of behavior over time. It's the repeated effort to listen, remember, engage, and stay curious about your life. When someone consistently gives you that level of focus, it often means that your presence genuinely matters to him. Attraction tends to draw people closer emotionally, and attention is one of the ways that connection quietly grows. When a man invests his focus and energy into understanding you, it often signals that his interest goes beyond casual conversation and into something more meaningful. Another meaningful sign of attraction often appears through protective and helpful behavior. When a man feels drawn to someone, he naturally looks for ways to support her, assist her, or make things a little easier for her. This behavior usually doesn't come from obligation. Instead, it comes from a genuine desire to be useful and valued in her life. Human beings often show care through action rather than words. A man who is secretly attracted may not openly express his feelings, but his behavior can reveal a strong instinct to step in and help. These actions are often small and practical rather than dramatic. For example, he might offer to carry something heavy, help solve a problem you mentioned, or give advice when you're dealing with a challenge. These gestures may seem simple, but they show that he wants to contribute to your well-being. Another way this protective instinct appears is through awareness of your comfort. If you're in a busy environment, he might guide you through a crowded space or make sure you're included in the conversation. If something feels uncomfortable or awkward, he may try to ease the situation with humor or supportive words. These behaviors reveal that he is paying attention not just to you, but also to how you're feeling in that moment. This kind of helpfulness often becomes consistent over time. A man who feels attracted may regularly check in to see if you're doing okay, or offer assistance when he knows you have something important going on. For example, if you mention an upcoming project, he may ask later how it turned out or offer suggestions that could help. These actions show that he is emotionally invested in your success and happiness. Support can also appear in the way he encourages you. When someone is attracted, they often want to see the person they admire grow and thrive. He might compliment your abilities, acknowledge your strengths, or motivate you when you doubt yourself. These forms of encouragement reveal admiration, which is often closely connected to attraction. Another subtle aspect of protective behavior is the way he pays attention to potential problems or challenges around you. He might notice when something seems stressful for you and try to reduce that pressure in some way. For instance, he may offer practical solutions, provide reassurance, or simply listen while you talk things through. Sometimes just being present and supportive can be a powerful signal of care. It's important to understand that healthy protective behavior is respectful and balanced. It doesn't come across as controlling or overwhelming. Instead, it feels natural and considerate. The goal is not to take over someone's life, but to offer support in ways that feel thoughtful and genuine. What makes this behavior especially meaningful is that it often happens without being asked. A man who feels attracted doesn't always wait for a request for help. Instead, he notices opportunities where he can contribute and chooses to step in because he wants to be someone you can rely on. These small gestures build a pattern. Helping with a task, offering encouragement, checking in on your well-being, or making sure you're comfortable are all ways someone may express attraction through action. While words can communicate feelings clearly, consistent supportive behavior often reveals emotions that someone may still be hesitant to say out loud. Another subtle way attraction can reveal itself is through playful teasing or a touch of nervous energy. When a man feels drawn to someone, he may express that interest in a light-hearted and slightly playful way rather than through direct statements. This behavior often comes from a mix of excitement and uncertainty, especially if he isn't sure how you feel about him yet. Playful teasing is one of the most common social behaviors people use to build connection. When done respectfully, it creates a sense of fun and emotional chemistry between two people. A man who is attracted to you may gently joke about small things you say, laugh with you, or playfully challenge your opinions in a way that keeps the conversation lively. The key difference between teasing and criticism is the tone. When someone is teasing with attraction behind it, the mood remains warm, friendly, and enjoyable for both people. This playful energy often acts as a way of creating a unique dynamic between the two of you. Instead of every conversation feeling serious or formal, teasing adds a layer of spontaneity. It allows both people to feel relaxed and comfortable around each other. A man who uses this style of communication is often trying to create a sense of closeness while also testing the emotional connection. Attraction can also bring out a certain level of nervousness. Even confident individuals can experience a little tension when they are around someone they find appealing. This nervous energy may appear in small behaviors such as laughing more than usual, stumbling slightly over words, or speaking quickly because he's excited about the conversation. These reactions aren't signs of weakness, they are often signs that he cares about making a good impression. Sometimes nervous energy shows up through fidgeting or small physical movements. He might adjust his clothing, run a hand through his hair, or shift his posture while talking to you. These behaviors happen because his mind is focused on the interaction and he wants everything to go well. The presence of these subtle signals can suggest that your opinion of him matters. Playful teasing and nervous excitement often work together. For example, he might tease you about something small, then quickly smile or laugh to make sure you know he's joking. This combination of humor and attentiveness reveals that he's trying to create a positive experience between the two of you. The teasing becomes a tool for building comfort and connection. Another reason people use playful teasing is that it allows them to express interest without becoming too vulnerable too quickly. Instead of openly saying they like someone, they create moments of laughter and shared amusement. These moments gradually build emotional closeness and make it easier for the relationship to develop naturally. It's also important to recognize that genuine teasing respects boundaries. When attraction is present, the teasing usually stays kind and considerate. If something seems to bother you, a man who is truly interested will quickly adjust his behavior. His goal isn't to make you uncomfortable, but to create a fun atmosphere where both of you feel relaxed. Over time, these playful interactions can become a sign of growing chemistry. Light jokes, shared laughter, and a bit of nervous excitement often signal that someone enjoys being around you and wants to keep the connection engaging. While these gestures may seem small, they can reveal a deeper emotional interest that is still unfolding beneath the surface. Another strong indicator of attraction is the effort someone makes to stay close to you. When a man is secretly drawn to someone, he often looks for opportunities to spend more time around her, even if those opportunities seem casual or unplanned. Attraction naturally creates a desire for proximity. People simply want to be near those they feel connected to. One way this shows up is through small choices about where he positions himself. In social settings, he may choose a seat near you, stand close during conversations, or gradually move toward where you are in the room. These actions usually happen naturally rather than deliberately. His attention keeps bringing him back into your space because that's where he feels most interested and engaged. You may also notice that conversations with him tend to last longer than expected. Instead of ending the interaction quickly, he may continue asking questions, sharing stories, or introducing new topics just to keep the moment going. Even when the conversation begins to wind down, he might find another reason to extend it a little further. This effort often reflects his enjoyment of your presence. Another sign is when he creates reasons to interact with you. These reasons may appear simple or practical, such as asking for your opinion, seeking your help with something, or mentioning a topic he knows you enjoy discussing. While the reason itself might seem small, the pattern behind it reveals something deeper. He is intentionally creating moments where the two of you can connect. Technology also makes this behavior visible. A man who wants to stay close to you may continue conversations through messages or calls even after you've spent time together in person. Instead of letting communication fade, he may check in, send something that reminded him of you, or bring up something you talked about earlier. These small interactions keep the connection active even when you're not physically together. Another interesting aspect of attraction is that people often notice when the other person is about to leave. A man who is drawn to you might make a final comment, start another quick conversation, or walk with you for a short distance before parting ways. These moments reveal that he values the time you spend together and wants to stretch it just a little longer. Staying close is not only about physical distance, but also emotional presence. Even when others are around, he may direct much of his attention toward you. He might check your reactions during a group conversation, include you in discussions, or share a look when something amusing happens. These subtle interactions create a private sense of connection within a larger social setting. Over time, these small behaviors form a consistent pattern. You may begin to notice that he frequently appears where you are, continues conversations, and finds simple reasons to interact. None of these actions alone may seem significant, but together they reveal a clear intention. He enjoys your company and wants more opportunities to share moments with you. Attraction often grows through repeated interactions and shared experiences. By staying close and maintaining contact, he is naturally creating those opportunities. While he may not openly express his feelings yet, the effort to remain near you and keep the connection going can quietly reveal how much he values your presence in his life. Attraction is rarely revealed through one big dramatic moment. More often, it appears through a pattern of small, consistent gestures that quietly show someone's interest. The way he positions his body around you, the attention he gives to your words, his willingness to help and support you, the playful teasing that creates chemistry, and the effort he makes to stay close. These are all subtle signals that can reveal far more than words alone. What matters most is not a single gesture, but the consistency behind them. When several of these behaviors appear repeatedly, they often indicate genuine interest that someone may not yet feel ready to express directly. Learning to recognize these signs helps you understand the deeper message behind everyday interactions. Attraction often begins quietly. It grows through attention, care, and connection long before it is spoken aloud. When you become aware of these subtle gestures, you start to see the hidden language of attraction that many people overlook, and suddenly the signals become much clearer.